and it's a touchy here because the Dow is down 36. Remember, we were down 22. We briefly went into positive territory for a second, up 1 point, and then the Dow continued its march down. 77 points to the downside is the new low, but we are now down 19. S&P lower by 11. NASDAQ down 5. NASDAQ, by the way, is looking flat. So let's not overstate that one. It's not the worst picture in the world, but the S&P 500 is on pace for its worst December since 1931. In fact, I believe more than half of its stocks are in bear market territory at this hour. And to put a finer point on that, that means 269 stocks, or 53%, are down at least 20% from recent highs. Now, we've got some prominent names that we really should put up right now that are stuck in that swamp of correction. That includes Apple, Amazon, Facebook, which happen to all be higher right now. Bank of America and Wells Fargo, both of those are flat. Home Depot, 3M, Lockheed Martin, Dow DuPont, and Caterpillar are also on the correction list. And it's a mixed picture for them at the moment. Dow looks like it's about to turn positive again. So what should you be doing? Should you worry or scoop up the names on sale right now? Or should you wait till tomorrow afternoon's conclusion of the two-day Federal Open Market Committee meeting? Let me get to the floor show. John Corpina, first of our traders. I need your thought on what's going on down there, why the sudden drop, and then the move back to at least the flat line here on the Dow.
Right, so you see the way the market's been trading for the last month or so. We've seen a lot of volatility either day to day or intraday, and this is the same scenario that we've seen over time. The market opens, goes down, and then rallies back up again, and vice versa. We came in today, S&Ps were trading on the highs. They held on all day long, and now it's falling off. Nobody wants to make a commitment overnight. Every morning when I wake up, first thing I do is look at the S&Ps. They're going to be up 15 or down 15. You can't really trade off of that day in and day out, because at any given point, this market can have 300-400 point swings intraday. Investors are forced to move away from this market. So your question of what do you do today, what do you do tomorrow, wait for FOMC, I think you just got to pack it in and wait till 2019. There's too many things that are going on right now, too much uncertainty. Government shutdown, interest rates, tariffs. All this coupled together forces investors to move away. Not enough volume, not enough liquidity in our markets to hold this back and forth that we continually see. So investors are, like I said, forced into moving away from this market and just waiting this whole thing out.
Yeah, and what do you guys make of this? Okay, not only that the Dow just turned positive again, up 5 points, but Phil, we were looking at Fed funds futures. Literally a second ago, they were at 68% chance. Remember yesterday we were at a 78% chance that the Federal Reserve would indeed hike tomorrow? Well, they went to 68%, and then within the past minute and a half, I would say, we're back to 71.5%. This is a fast-moving market. It's almost like you're standing in the river wild. And should you do what John Corpina says, jump out onto the banks and say, hold on.
Hang on, for sure.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you, you look at what's happening with the Fed, and this Fed meeting now is becoming the most important Fed meeting we've had in some time. And up until, a few minutes ago, I mean, it was pretty much in the bag that the Fed was going to have to raise interest rates. There was one Fed official that said maybe they put it off to January, but it shows you that there's increasing turmoil with the market action that we're seeing here today. And that's why I think this Fed meeting tomorrow is probably the most important one we've had in years, because it really could set the stage for a major Santa Claus rally, or it could add to more uncertainty. And that's all we're getting the last couple of days. We're uncertain about a government shutdown. We're uncertain about a global economic slowdown. But at the end of the day, if the Fed does, at the last minute say, hey, wait a second, guys, things are too volatile right now, we're going to step back from an interest rate increase, that could be viewed as a very bad sign for a couple reasons. Okay. Number one, it could be viewed that the economy is doing really bad, or that they're giving up their independence from Donald Trump.
I know our board for the 10-year, Alan, shows 2.82% for the 10-year yield, but I'm looking at 2.819. I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. There is a fear factor in this market at the moment, is there not?
Well, it comes back to exactly what Phil was talking about, uncertainty. This is the most uncertain year I've seen in my 3 decades of trading here. So it's just now coming to a head as we come to year's end. Now, the question you asked about, are you people going to step up and buy these stocks on sale? You have to think about it like your holiday shopping. Yeah, the stocks are at a discount now, but they may get more discounted as we get closer and closer to year end or closer and closer to the holiday coming up. So we'll have to wait and see. But one positive that I want to throw out here is, even though we feel like there's more uncertainty, more volatility, if you look at the VIX as a measure, a fear factor measure, we're seeing a series of lower highs. And even though the market made new lows yesterday, we did not make new highs or anywhere even close to the highs here in the VIX. So that can be interpreted as a positive. We're going to have to see what gives next. But there are so many moving parts and so many moving pieces. I think the uncertainty is just getting to a point where it's overbearing on people's decision making.
Okay. You know what? I'm with you guys. I think it's true. I think that the herd is stampeding one direction, then shifting right under our feet. It's very good advice. That's why we love you guys and bring you on. John, Phil, Alan, thank you very much. We are 44 minutes before the closing bell rings. The Dow